What is going on, guys? This is your boy XQ420. Welcome y'all back. Another episode of Showtime with the Cube. Tonight, I have the powerful one with me, the co-host, Corey Hughes. Corey, how you doing? All right. I think I'm doing pretty good myself. We're going to be jumping into the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We're going to be talking about the trailer, what we think this movie is going to bring to us, and kind of James Gunn's Last Hoorah in Marvel. Now, just taking care of a little bit of housekeeping. It's first time to the channel. Watch us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Listen to us on podcast platforms. Hit the follow button there. We appreciate everybody who's been checking us out so far. So, as I said, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That's going to be coming out this Friday, okay? And it's going to be James Gunn's Last Hoorah with Marvel. All right. And so we're going to watch the trailer, of course. The trailer's been out for a couple of months, but we're going to watch the trailer for the people who have not seen it. After we do that, we're going to discuss who we think is going to die in this, because I got a feeling, Corey, do you got a feeling that we're going to have multiple characters die in this particular film?
I don't know.
Uncertainty. Okay, so we're going to see from this trailer if you feel any differently about characters passing away in this particular film, and kind of how this might be. Well, this is supposedly going to be the finale for this set of Guardians. So without further ado, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check this trailer out right now. So we're going to bring this up for you guys, and we're going to get this thing going. So let's go ahead and kick it off right now.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. You left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
I get the same old dreams, same time every night. Fall to the ground and I wake up.
My sacred mission
Is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
All right, so that's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Corey, initial impressions.
I don't know. I mean, it's got all the colorful bells and whistles that we would expect. What it comes down to is, are the comedic little chuckles gonna make the movie? Because I don't think that we're gonna get anywhere with plot. So
you think there's going to be a lack of plot potential? Well, we know they got to find Gamora. We know that's going to be at least a portion of the movie.
Okay, let's do Let's do a quick quiz. Name in the last 10 Marvel movies any one that had a plot.
Spider-Man, no way. Come on. Well, I guess that's technically Sony. I mean, Shang-Chi had a plot. I want to say they all had plots. Now, were the plots well done? I mean, that's another discussion. Okay, that's another discussion.
Okay, no, there we go. The plots were not.
That might have been a problem there. Now, from initial reviews that people are giving out, because people have been able to see this movie early, they say that there is a lot of emotional moments in this particular film. And from what I'm understanding, from what I'm seeing, I believe there is going to be multiple characters who die in this particular film. I know, this is me personally, I think Drax is going to die for the simple fact that Bautista had already previously announced that he was not going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy anymore after this film. So I got a feeling he might pass, and Rocket. Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I just got the feeling that this was the last film. Like, I just got the vibe this was the last Guardians film. Like, we're not going to be seeing the Guardians of the Galaxy again after this. I think this is the end of the run. I don't want to see them in any crossovers. I don't want to see a part 4 without the entire ensemble. So to me, this better be the end. This is the feeling I'm getting from it. The vibe of the trailer is what I get from it. It's emotional across the board, and I don't think necessarily because anyone dies, but if anyone's going to die, it's going to be that blue chick, number one, because she ain't that important, right? That's the goddamn reality. Okay, she's going to die, and if another person dies, I can see Drax more than anybody else, because I can see them salvaging from this is Star-Lord, I could see them having some Star
kind of branched off away from the Guardians.
Yes, I can see that happening for sure. Because that guy's a moneymaker, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Chris Pratt. The guy's he's good, and he's not. He's slightly overused, but he's actually a pretty good actor. He was in that show recently about the Navy SEALs and the inside job.
Was that on Amazon? Was that on Amazon? I didn't see that series, but yes. I know that he's worked closely with Amazon. He did a movie with them as well. God, I can't remember the name of the movie, but I did watch it. Almost like with time traveling aliens, So we did that. I thought the film was actually pretty good, but yeah, Amazon's been using him quite a bit. And everything he's been in has been pretty solid across the board. I felt like.
Yeah, and he's not a comedian. He's not like funny, but he's good for the chuckles. You know what I mean? And seeing him in that, God,
I don't know. We're gonna have to look it up. We're gonna have to look it up.
It got some attention when it first came out because it was about a government conspiracy, right? And so. It got some,
let's see if we can. Oh, the Terminal List. Yep.
The Terminal List. There we go. Yeah, seeing him in that, it showed me that he was versatile, and he's not just. He's not. Who was Kirk?
Oh, you talking about Chris Pine
in the new Star Treks? Right, that guy. Okay, to hell with that guy. He's been overdone to death, for real. I'll be quite content not to see that guy for till he's like Sean Connery's age. And so, but Chris Pratt, I think, has avoided falling into the honestly, the one movie that did it for me was that one.
Oh yeah,
the Dumb Wonder Woman, 1984, where he just appears out of nowhere and he's like,
well, he gets manifested. Yeah, he gets manifested,
and nobody can explain it.
He got manifested.
What? Explain.
He was
it.
manifested by that old 40,000-year-old funky foot. And somehow put his soul in some other dude's body, but Gal Gadot could see him.
Like I said, no plot. Like I said, horrible movie. Okay, that's where I lost all respect for that guy, because that guy got like a $30 million paycheck for that. For real. But hey, if you offered me $30 million, I'd play that role too.
It said, sign me up. I'll play a bad role.
But it was.
It said, I can do it. I can do it. So okay, so we got your ideas there about who may be passing, who may not be. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that this film is absolutely phenomenal. People have watched The Flash as well, and they're actually saying that both of those films are phenomenal, probably neck and neck. Do you think that James Gunn put his full effort into this film, knowing beforehand that this was going to be his last hurrah for Marvel to kind of stick it to him? What do you think about that as far as him crossing over?
You know, I don't really know much about the guy, but I would hope that just being a professional, you would give it 100%. Like if
I
this
don't
guy's
think they
going to be
do
giving you
though. I
100%
don't
to
think they
every
do though.
project, even if the project is stupid.
If that's 100%, man, with some of the stuff we've watched right here recently, it's been pretty bad, especially on Marvel side with the TV series and the movies. Like it's I don't know.
So, I've always thought that DC has had better
Okay.
everything than Marvel. Ever, always, always. Like I mean, I just always thought like the Justice League and Batman and all that stuff was just the best. So I don't know. I have high hopes for Mr. Gunn and his future endeavors, but in reference to Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like we're getting it because they had to
Mm-hmm.
give it to us. You know what I mean? We had Guardians 1, Guardians 2, and then to not have it be a trilogy and just end with 2 and a couple cameos, I think would be not serving
Especially
the
seeing how it
IP
was successful.
justice,
The
right?
the movies
So,
were successful, so
I mean, honestly, it probably should have been a one-off because the second one was kind of
well, we are going to get some
it was
payoff in this
okay.
movie from the post-credit scene on the last film. We're going to have Adam Warlock in this movie. Now, the real question is, how much are we going to get of him? Is he going to end up becoming a good guy by the end of the film? Because it seems like the High Evolutionary is going to be our main antagonist in this. A black guy who wants to maim animals and cut things up, and yeah, yeah, that's kind of what it seems like it's going to be. At times, his face looks normal, and at other times, it looks like he's got like a mask on. It's just like so. I don't know a ton about the High Evolutionary. He's not one of those characters that stand out as far as a major villain. So, do you know a ton about High Evolutionary? Yeah, so I'm not
No,
really sure
not
what I'm
really.
gonna get there, as far as what kind of performance there. But I mean, I guess he's gonna be menacing enough. I don't know. He didn't look very menacing, but maybe he'll do something that's menacing. What do you think, Corey? I mean,
Um, well, who knows? Honestly, at this point with Marvel films, I'm just like, what shit are they going to serve us next? So I've got fatigue. I've got superhero
okay,
fatigue number one. I got bad
okay,
writing fatigue number two,
okay.
and I'm tired of hearing about the message.
So you're saying you're over that? Is that what you're telling me?
Over it, over. You ever watch
Yeah. Uh huh.
Critical
Yeah.
Drinker? That guy is he's the
Come on,
best.
man. Come on now. So the next question is, if this is going to be a finale for these particular characters, um, do you believe? Well, do we? Are we almost 100% sure there's going to be a post credit scene? And they're one in almost every Marvel film.
Yes, yes. I just took this a couple seconds to mathematically come up with the formula and the equation to conclude that, in fact,
Yeah. The
there
real
will most
question
certainly
is,
be a
what
post-credit
what
scene.
would they tie it into?
Now,
As far as what you would be looking forward to next, or what they're looking forward to next, as far as coming out. We know Secret Invasion's coming out this summer. As far as the Disney Plus TV series, I don't think they could tie it to the Marvels. I mean,
I don't know, but I think there's been an
okay,
abuse of post-credit scenes because back in the day, way back in the day,
mm-mm,
you
no,
didn't get post-credit scenes. And then when you got a film that had a post-credit scene, it was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. I remember the first one that I ever saw was Young Sherlock Holmes. Do you remember the film Young Sherlock Holmes? Or
a
are
little
you too
bit.
young for that one? You're probably too young for that one. Okay. It might be a little dated at this time. But it was a film about young Sherlock Holmes. And it's actually a decent film for its day. He ends up getting shot with like a hallucinogenic dart, and like a whole bunch of cupcakes try to get him. It's pretty wild. But there is a post-credit scene in that when you find out, and I'm going to spoil it for you, you find out that the bad guy that he was up against the entire time in this film, at the end, goes on to become Moriarty, who is Sherlock Holmes' like arch nemesis. And that was my first introduction to the post-credit scene. And they never made another film. It was a standalone movie, never had a sequel. And in this particular case, the post-credit scene functioned in a manner so as to put the entire movie into a greater context, right? Because you find out that the professor who Sherlock Holmes is looking for this whole time and fighting against, because he's part of this ritual cult and like murdering virgins and stuff like that, right? So, but for the post-credit scene to turn out for him to have been Moriarty, who we all know from like the books and whatnot will be his like lifelong nemesis, right? So in that context, the purpose of the post-credit scene was to finalize that movie, right? And to put an exclamation point on it. Now, how could they possibly do that here? Can they do that here? Do the writers have enough combined brain cells to put something together that will be entertaining and intelligent and make sense? I'm going to say no. I'm going to tell you no. And what's going to fucking happen is we are going to get a post-credit scene that connects us to some other IP that they're going to have. That's what it's going to be. Like, and it's going to be something stupid like fucking Space Lord is sitting in a bar and he's like drinking, and like somebody comes up and sits down next to him. And that person is going to be like,
I could see something like that.
Because that's the kind of right. That's how they operate.
I can see something like that.
These people are
something like that. I don't know. I got a feeling that I don't know, just from what people have been saying, that's seen the movie so far. I got a feeling that James Gunn put his all into it, which James Gunn he's been jumping on both sides anyway, even before this, because he's done Guardians and he's also been doing the Suicide Squad, so he's been doing DC and Marvel at the same time anyway.
Yes, which you know,
Corey, I don't think the audience knows your feelings about it. Let them know about it.
My feelings about that. Okay, so like you are not allowed to ethically, morally, in any way, shape, or form work for Marvel and DC. That's a major conflict of interest here. It's like if I work for Coke and Pepsi. How the fuck do you do that? No, there's some insider secrets there that he has to know. There's just no. I want to see the federal government come after him for antitrust violations and ruining.
Man said this should be in some type of holy text as well. That you can't do something like this. It should be Quran or the Bible or something. Yes. Okay.
Dude, this predates that. This was in the clay tablets they found in Sumeria. Thou shalt not work for Marvel and DC.
That's the first commandment. The first commandment. It's just like, oh man.
Oh, I would really like to. Somebody out there needs to make a documentary on how the hell that came about. The relationship between him and those companies. Was he coached? I mean, let's face it. You have a dozen comic companies out there that make money and are sustainable companies, but really, you got Marvel and you got DC are the big boys. They've always been. They've been around 100 years almost, or something like that. And it's like, this doesn't make sense. I don't understand the relationship there, and I need to know how that went down. But I don't want to research for myself because I'm too lazy. And I got too much else to do. So if somebody else do that.
Send us the link. You can send it to XQ420 on Twitter. but yeah, well, I'm hoping the film is at least good. You know, at least decent. Um, com- c-
I'm sure we will be very entertained
yeah,
for a
usually the
couple hours
Guardians
that
at
we're
least
sitting in
have
the
gave you
theater.
some entertainment. Because their humor has been witty.
Groot's bigger now.
Yep.
Yeah, and Groot's bigger
Yeah.
now,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we'll have a lot of Groot laughs. And so is let's talk about this again because this is mind boggling. Is Vin Diesel
Yes.
getting 20 mil to like
Yes.
say I am Groot like 10 times and like is he the guy in the
No.
suit? Why
No.
don't they
He's.
just get a
I
stunt
don't think
double?
there's a suit. I
And
just think it's
like
AI, not AI, but CGI. I don't even think there's a suit. I just think it's CGI the whole time. And he just said why the number one question is why did you get Vin Diesel to say I'm Groot? Why'd you waste the money? I'm like, they could have got one of us.
what did he have that kind of name recognition? I mean, he was a big star, of course, but he wasn't overly relevant when the first film came out. I mean, the Riddick films, which I personally loved, the third one kind of bombed in the theater. They were never commercial successes. He's got his really. It's unfortunate that his whole
That
career
is
has
his
been more
career.
remembered for the Fast and Furious.
He was Triple X too. He did
Yeah.
Triple X.
Because like in the very beginning, he was badass, but he got like I don't know. He became a caricature of himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, this is what I go back into talking about when companies waste money, like wasting all that money getting Vin Diesel to say I am Groot when you could have just got like anybody else to say it. You know what I'm saying? You could have saved some money on that role. It's just like the first time I seen it, it was like, oh yeah, Vin Diesel played Groot. I'm like, it didn't say nothing about I am Groot. I said, I know y'all didn't pay him for that.
Man, it would have been a perfect opportunity to like promote some ableism
There
and
you
get like
go.
a handicapped
There you
person
go.
in there.
Yeah.
I am Groot. That's all they had to do is from the wheelchair. I am Groot.
Wow. I mean, hey guys, overlook that, okay? Overlook. Okay, we went off the rails. All right, guys, we want to know y'all's thoughts on what y'all think about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We plan on reviewing this film once it comes out and everybody's had a good look at it. And we'll give our honest thoughts on it as always. Corey may be overpowered, but hopefully it's a good enough film to where Corey can just be powerful and not overpowered. So maybe he won't come in right out the gate with a cuss laden rant. But hey, we've been disappointed right here recently from Marvel across the board. We got to think their last three projects was She-Hulk, Wakanda Forever, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So not three good showings. So let's hope that James Gunn at least gives a good final hurrah for the Guardians of the Galaxy, which has actually become a fan favorite for a lot of people and a lot of women because of Groot. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, especially when it became Baby Groot. Golly, I mean, but they got women completely involved. They even did a Baby Groot series, which I didn't look at, but it's on Disney Plus. So that's I believe that's strictly for women. I don't think that's for us. I don't think that's for us. So,
I never
no,
even heard of it, so
they
they
didn't try to
definitely didn't
market it all.
that.
So yeah, that's Guardians Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Our thoughts, James Gunn. We're gonna see what he brings to us in his final film for Marvel, and so we'll be on the lookout, be checking it out for y'all. So from your boy XQ420, the powerful one, Corey Hughes. We'll catch y'all on the next Showtime with the Cube. Peace out.